So right now I'm in Adobe Acrobat. What I'm going to do is open up one of my documents. You've already seen it. It's the application PDF. So I opened this up, and what I did was I created a form using Microsoft Word, just using tables, and it has the different locations: last name, first name, references. To be honest, this was 2 pages long, and I didn't want it to be 2 pages long, so I cut a lot of stuff out. But it gives you an idea of what we can work with. So what I'd like to do is create a brand new form. So if I go up to my toolbar, here's Forms, and there's an option for Start Form Wizard, and I want to use that. When I open it up, it opens up a dialog box, and it says Create or Edit a Form, and it has 3 options. We have what type of document do you want to open as a form, and it says an existing electronic document. Open a PDF, a Word, Excel, or other file type as an Adobe PDF form. So it's basically saying, hey, I've already got that form created, I'd like to use that. But what's really neat is, let's say that you get a form from somebody, a blank form. You can create a paper form where you literally use a scanner and you scan that into Adobe, and it will use that as its foundation. It's very handy. And then finally, you have no existing form. So create an Adobe PDF form from scratch or from a template. But I want to use an existing electronic document. So I'm going to say Next. And it says, do you want to use the current document, or would you like to import a file? I'm going to use the current, so I'll say Next. And now Adobe uses some of its smarts. If you think about it, a form consists of either boxes or underlines, and it looks at those and it says, all right, if I see some text in front of a line or in front of a box, I will assume that is a location for the user to enter some data. Now, it's not always right, but most of the time it is. And it tells you this. It says your PDF form, application PDF, has been created. And it says, I've taken the liberty of marking some of those things, and I use the text. So here's what you can expect. So it says the field name and the field. So it shows you this. And you can say, I don't ever want to see this again. I'm just going to click OK. And like I said, it's smart. It got most of it right. It got a few things wrong, but that's okay. It's what I expected. And right here you can see application information. Well, that's not an actual entry, that's just a title. But what it did was it added a field called application information. So I'm going to just select that and press delete on the keyboard, and it gets rid of it. On the left hand side, it has a listing of all of the different fields, and it just used the text that was in front of them to name each one. So notice it has all of those. And then it says education, well, that's not one. References is again not one. Please list 3 professional references. That's instructions, so I don't want that. But notice that all I have to do is just quickly go in and just start marking things. But here's my favorite thing about this. Remember we talked about the digital signature. Down here I had at the very bottom, I said applicant signature. I named it signature. And because of that, when Adobe saw it, it says, oh, this is where they want to apply a signature. Notice that this up here where it says address number 6 is just a plain old text, or it's a plain old box. But right above applicant signature, it's a box, but it has a little flag inside of there. What it has done is it has already marked and set aside a location on that document specifically for a signature. It's what it's designed to do. So we have last name, first name, address, city, state, phone number, date available, and we have all of these different fields, and the fields again are all laid out right here. And not only that, but here's the other thing that's very neat about Adobe, is it looks at your document and it reads from top to bottom, left to right. And so it says, here's my tab order. So the tab order says it's going to go last name, first, middle, date, address, apartment or unit. So it goes in order. So when the user opens up this PDF and puts themselves in the last name field, when they hit tab, it'll automatically take them to the next field. Now if you ever want to see this, you'll notice that up along the top, your interface is changed a little bit. Again, we have our fields on the left hand side, we have our actual form, and then right above here we have the pages, and we can zoom in and out. And then along the top above that, our two toolbars that we had before are gone. They've been replaced with the form. And I can add a new field or I can preview. So if I want to see what my form looks like, I can hit preview, and this is what it would look like. So if I type in here, I say, oh, Miles, Tim, Jay, and I can type in everything about me. And then from that point, I can also submit my form. So this is extremely handy because now this is much more readable than my actual handwriting. Believe me, it's a lot. You can read this a lot better than my handwriting. But I can work with this.